Hello to my friends in Facebook land. This is Lisa, just coming to you with a short little video today showing you how to make this little mini book. This was a kit that I was offering that came with all of the supplies to create and embellish the entire book. But what I wanted to show you today is just the basics for making the book itself, so not all of the embellishing. So this is a book that has 4 pocket pages where you can insert photos or little notes of inspiration or maybe some gift cards. So a total of 4 pages with this little 1.5-inch pocket at the bottom. And then there's also a spot where you can enclose a pocket and maybe have a tag or something else popping out of there. I happen to put photos on this tag, both sides of this tag, but you could use that as a place to write a personal note to whoever you're giving this book to, or you could add more gift cards or more photos like I did. So again, I'm just going to show you the basics for making this little book. It's so fun and so easy to do once you've got the instructions, and you could make all sorts of them. And as I mentioned in my post on Facebook, this was inspired by Teresa Collins. She's an amazing artist, and she definitely inspired me to make some of these books. So we're going to start with one sheet of double-sided, so patterns on both sides of cardstock weight paper. Most of your 12 by 12 paper will come with a little banner at the bottom that has the name of the company, etc. You're going to want to cut that away. So we want to start with a 12 by 12 piece. So cut any of that away. If you've ordered paper from Stampin' Up, it does not have any of that banner on it, so it's ready to go. All right, so once you've got your 12 by 12 paper, I'm going to just bring in my Stampin' Up scoreboard. Now don't mind this one I've already got ready to show you, but let's go through all the steps. So using your scoreboard, we're going to make 3 scores in one direction and 1 score in the other direction. So it's very, very simple. Basically, it's 1.5 inches in from each edge. So a score at 1.5 inches, a score at 10.5 inches, so we're going 1.5 inches in on each edge, and then score it right down the middle at 6 inches. Okay, 3 scores on one side, 1.5, 6, 10.5. Then turn your paper 90 degrees, and just 1 score here, and that's right in the center at 6 inches. So that's it for scoring. That's all we need to do, a total of 4 scores. So then what we need to do is make 1 cut in the paper. And basically it's along the 6-inch score line, so along in the same direction that we did the 3 scores. So we scored at 1.5, 6, and 10.5. At that 6-inch line, we're going to cut all the way up to the middle, the 6-inch score line that came across here. All right, so 1 cut, that's all we're doing. It could have been from this end or this end, doesn't matter, but it's got to be in the same direction as these 2 side 1.5-inch scores. All right, so 1 cut along the 6-inch score line up to the next 6-inch score line. And that's it. From that point, all we have to do is glue it together. So let's look at how this book is going to go. As you know, there's 2 different patterns on the paper. That's typically how the double-sided cardstock will come. It'll be a different pattern on one side or the other. So you just decide what pattern do you want for your front and back cover and your 1.5-inch little lip here, little pocket. All right, so I've decided that this would be my cover and pocket. And for this paper, I'm going to do the same thing. I want this to be my cover and pocket because I just really love all these patterns here, and I want these to be the background of each of my pages. So if you can see in this book, see how those backgrounds are all different. I just love that. So that's what I'm going to do with this one as well. So since this is going to be my pocket, my background of my pockets, and this right here is going to be my little flap that makes my pockets. I'm going to fold it and score it and crease it this direction, okay, on both sides. So crease that really well. And then let's look at how this goes together. You'll also need to crease this one and this one, and make sure when you're folding these up to give them a good crease with your bone folder, make sure that you've got them all lined up, because sometimes when we score it doesn't quite line up perfectly. So just make sure you get all those edges lined up before you go and crease it really well. And then we also need to crease it this way on that other 6-inch score line, okay? Let's pull this back open. Now, how does the book go together? We're going to fold it this way so that we can see our pockets on both sides, all right? And then where we did the cut, this is our front and back cover. So they just fold around like that. That's it. There's your book. Now at this point, we want to glue down these two edges so that we've got our pocket. You could add some adhesive here too. I didn't in mine, and it holds up just fine. And then again over here, you want to add some adhesive to close up that pocket. Then the last step will be to make this inside pocket. And that's a little tricky to see from the paper itself. It's easier, I think, if you look at it from the book and just eyeball the two edges that you need to close up. It's this bottom one and then the back of the book. So if you can kind of just sort of hang on to those and then open it up, then you can get that adhesive down. And once you've got this adhesive down, you just pull the backing off, fold it, and press it down nice and tight, and then you will have that enclosed little pocket. And then the same here. I've got a little bit of adhesive here and here, and on the back 2 pages. And that is basically it, in a nutshell, in a book. There it is, your little mini book. And then once you complete all your embellishing, get a little title on there. Let me get my photos back inside this book. So fun, some nice pictures of my oldest daughter. And then there it is. So fun, such a fun little mini book to put together. You could do this with your kids, send this to your parents with some photos, especially since we can't see each other right now. And that's it. Thanks for watching.